Passed away last night, according to Fox 16 and some of the other Arkansas television stations. So our thoughts and prayers with the Harding community. Soraya Euler takes it into the paint to get things started. Harding and Kristen Seltzer, she'll block the shot, and the Lady Bisons will take it the other direction. Tabitha Haney takes it around the edge of the arc. She'll move it back over to the near side, giving it back over to Montana Lewis. Lewis back on the outside, finds Haney again. Haney to Ariel Saunders, back to Callie Barty. Down to the paint, two-point shot, hangs on the rim, and it's null and void anyway because of the travel.
Well, we saw Saunders get 10 of Harding's first 12 points last night. However, you see Harding trying to dominate the inside so far tonight.
Into the front court, Tabitha Haney trying to go up for a shot, but she ends up unable to go anywhere. Basketball's out of bounds.
Harding tough, very, very tough team to try to shoot inside the paint on, as they're very tall and they're fairly good at blocking shots without getting the foul. So that's something the Lady Bulldogs are going to have to be careful about.
Inbound pass is going to be given inside to Mariah Euler. She'll fire at two. It's off the rim and no good. And there's Miss Christy Lewis, one of my friends from Bentonville, Montana's stepmom. They're up there watching and have made the trip over from Northwest Arkansas.
Well, anyone who's come over from Arkansas or even down from Oklahoma, Bartlesville is a great place to stay. We have nothing but great things to say about the entire time we've been here.
Absolutely. If I didn't have a kid and a radio station to operate back at home, I'd probably just stay here the way they fed us and took care of us. And into the front court, here's Jasmine Nolden. Mariah Euler back to the right side to Darcy Dick. She'll bring it back up top to Jasmine Nolden. Long threes off the yard, no good. Only bad thing about it is I'm afraid if I stay here, I'll end up being like the 400-pound man.
Well, that's the way that we're well on our way, the way the hospitality room has been to us so far. We can't walk in there without somebody trying to offer us a plate of food.
We've tried to turn it away. We really have. Tabitha Haney to Montana Lewis down on the left wing. She'll take it to the left side of the paint. Back through the air to Ariel Saunders. Saunders back on the near side. Finds Callie Barty. Barty back in the paint. Gets to Saunders again. Saunders with a right-handed dribble. Takes it up. Shot for twos. Off the rim and no good. Rebound, Lady Bulldogs. And here comes Tanita Dewberry. She'll give it back off to Nolden. Two-point shot. Hangs on the rim and won't fall.
Well, going back to some stats last night. Abby Saunders right now with 2 points, the only scorer of the game so far. But Harding didn't have really much success from the three-point line last night, only going 3 of 16. And all three of those three-pointers coming from number 31, Callie Barty. So Harding probably going to look to try to exploit the inside game and maybe try to get that three-point shot going tonight in the championship game.
Next free throw is up and coming for Jasmine Nolden. Shots on the way it in. We're tied at 2. Harding and Southwestern Oklahoma State. Back the other way. Here comes Tabitha Haney. She'll bring it back around the edge of the arc, giving it off to Ariel Saunders. Or not Ariel Saunders, sorry about that. It's Darcy Dick. Montana Lewis comes racing past us, trying to save the ball from going out of bounds, but she couldn't do it.
Well, she was able to save the ball from the TV monitor, so that was a good part, and I'm sure Jason was happy to have that.
4-2 our score. Lady Bulldogs come up with the basketball and the shot. And now Harding will move it the other direction. Montana Lewis from the right wing. Kicks it around to Callie Barty. She'll bring it back over to Kristen Seltzer. Seltzer down in the paint. Saunders spins around. Brings it back on the left wing. The Barty back up top. Long threes on the way and in. Tabitha Haney nails that one from long range.
Well, Harding already starting off a lot better than they did last night at three-point line. 1 for 1. Last night at one point they were 0 for 13 from beyond the arc.
Up and under. Darcy Dick fires a 2. It falls off the rim. No good. Back the other direction. Here comes Tabitha Haney.
And once again, mentioning Haney, a very, very good three-point shooter, shooting nearly 43% on the season from behind the arc.
2-point shots on the way it in. 7-4 our score. Harding out to a 3-point lead. In the front court, Jasmine Nolden fires a 2. Her shot's over the rim and no good. Back the other direction. Here comes Montana Lewis. Lewis on the outside, driving the perimeter. Up front, 2 quarters on the way it in.
Well, Harding doing a very good job of establishing their inside game. In fact, they've already got 2 blocks so far. So Harding doing a good job of presenting their presence on the inside paint, not allowing the easy buckets.
Soraya Euler backs out between the keys, takes it in the paint, double team. She'll fire a 2, shots off the glass and no good. Loose basketball, picked up by Darcy Dick.
And it just kind of rolled on the top of about 3 different computers right there.
None of them which belong to me, so I'm very happy about that. 15-17 our score, or 15-17 left to go in the half. I'll be able to finish my sentence one of these days. Harding leads at 9-4. We're back after this.
The NCAA Division II student-athlete experience goes beyond the classrooms and playing fields. It means a commitment to service and community, helping organizations like the Make-A-Wish Foundation by raising money to help grant the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions. Kids like Jacob.
Some student-athletes gave of their time and their energy to raise the money.
It was fun to meet Jeff Gordon.
NCAA Division II, training student-athletes for lifelong achievement. The NCAA.
Well, there's a man who probably doesn't want much camera attention during this ball game, but we're going to give it to him anyway. 9-4 our score. And there's head coach Kelsey Music of the Southwestern Oklahoma State Lady Bulldogs. Right. 9-4 our score as Harding leads it by 5.
Well, if you're Coach Music right now, basically having to tell your team you're going to have to play a little bit better on the inside. They're doing a good job of getting the rebounds. And right now only being out rebounded 4-6, but you're going to have to step out on some of those inside shots as they're only shooting 10% from the field right now.
Inbound throws comes into Kristen Seltzer. She'll take it left to right. Giving it back over to Barty on the near side. Callie Barty to Montana Lewis down low. She'll kick it left wing. Tabitha Haney for 3. Her shot's on the way and good. She nails it from long range.
Well, Tabitha Haney, as we mentioned before, not a whole lot of success last night from my arc. This time, however, going 2 for 2. She has found her stroke back.
Darcy Dick from the left wing brings it to the left side of the paint. She'll hand it down low to Jasmine Nolden. Nolden to Euler. Soraya Euler fires a 2 and draws a foul on her way to the hoop.
So far, the Savage Storm only 1 of 10 from the field so far. They're going to have to increase that number if they want to hold off this tough Harding team, but you can credit that to that tough inside game of the Harding Lady Bison.
First free throw's up and coming. Shots on the way. It hangs on the rim and won't fall. Next free throw's up and coming. Next shot's on the way it in. She got it, and now Harding will move the other direction.
Harding doing a good job of finding the shot and finding the open shot as they're shooting 83% from the field so far. They're 5 of 6 and 2 of 2 from beyond the arc.
Foul away from the basketball on Swasu. And now the throw-in will come from Tabitha Haney. Haney swings it around, giving it off to Sherilyn McMenemy. A right-handed dribble. She'll pass it through the air back over to Ariel Saunders. Down low, 2-pointers on the way it in. That's Kristen Seltzer. And it's 14-5. Harding's lead is 9. A 3-pointer. Oh, my. There's Mariah Euler. And she nails it from long range.
That's what this Lady Bulldogs are going to have to get back into this ball game. They're going to have to be able to find some shots. That was their first free throw and only 2 of 11 from the field, but sometimes a big bucket like that can spark your offense.
A dribble inside, now a loose basketball. The jump ball called as Seltzer went to the ground and so did Jasmine Nolden. Everybody had a hold of it, and they'll say that the possession goes to Harding. .51 left to go. 2-point shots off the rim, no good. Darcy Dick comes away with the basketball. Dick moves up front, 2-point shot, hangs on the rim, won't fall. McMenemy back the other direction.
McMenemy into the ball game. She had a heck of a game last night. Just for that steal there.
Darcy Dick into the front court, 2-point shots on the way it in.
And Darcy Dick, leading candidate for MVP honors so far this tournament. She's been unstoppable almost. She averages even almost 17 points from the field over the course of the season. I believe she had over 20 last night.
From the right wing, a big pass inside. Long threes coming, shots off the yard, no good. Back the other direction. Here come those Lady Bulldogs. Darcy Dick lets it go, and the basketball is picked up by Euler. She saves it from going out of bounds. Soraya to Mariah, back to the left wing, and Jasmine Nolden. Now to Soraya Euler, right wing. Back to the left corner. Long threes on the way it in. She got it. Mariah Euler making it a 1-point ball game, Blake.
And I gotta tell you, that 3-point game so far of Euler, that's 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, and that's exactly what the Savage Storm needed, as their inside game hasn't quite been there. But Euler has been on fire from beyond the arc, and they're going to expect to see a lot of her here in the next couple of minutes.
A whistle and a stop in the action. It looks like a foul away from the basketball on Montana Lewis. Or no, Montana Lewis is going to the free throw line. Let's see who the foul was on. Trying to see what the referee signaled from this vantage point. See what Montana's going to do here. Her dad and stepmom are here, and her siblings as well. Got to hang out with them for a little bit last night during halftime. Back at the free throw line, let's see what happens. The foul, by the way, was on Darcy Dick. Free throw from Montana Lewis is up and coming. Shots on the way, yeah, she nails it.
And just to credit Savage Storms, the Lady Bulldogs, you get them some counterparts. Southwest Oklahoma State Bulldogs, that was their first foul in almost 8 minutes of play, so very solid defense by this Lady Bulldog team.
Next free throw is on its way, off the iron, no good. Darcy Dick coming up with it. Into the front court. Here's a pass to the right wing. Long threes off the yard. No good for Soraya Euler.
And you really can't blame Euler for taking that shot. She was 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Just for that, that's going to make her 2 for 3, but still something that Lady Bulldogs needed was a threat around the perimeter for this tough Harding inside game.
From the right wing, Callie Bartee swings it around. 2-point shots on the way it in. Montana Lewis gets that one, and now Darcy Dick will take it the other direction. Down to the left wing. A pass over to Soraya Euler, right side. She'll swing it back up top.
As you saw right there, Darcy Dick, however, a very good athlete, and she's able to make a lot of moves and almost gets a steal right there. And she made a great pass outside the perimeter. Shot didn't go, but a great effort by Darcy Dick.
Haney in the front court. Takes it back down to Bartee on the left wing. 17-13 our score. Montana Lewis down low, and she's fouled. I believe that's going to be on Mariah Euler. We got a timeout. 10:53 left to go in the first half. Harding leading Southwestern Oklahoma State by 4. We're back after this. You're watching the GAC Sports Network.
You know how how they say go to your happy place? I'm already there because I'm a college student at Southwestern Oklahoma State University. What's not to love about great friends and faculty, an amazing campus, and a quality education to prep me for success? It's more than a great value. It's a great life, 24/7, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome back. Head coach Kelsey Musick talking things over with her team. 10:53 left to go in the first half. Harding leading Southwestern Oklahoma State by 4. Got a lot happening in the rest of this one. A couple of scores from across the state of Arkansas. Of course, earlier Arkansas Tech defeated SWOSU's men 64-58 to become the first ever Great American Conference basketball champions. Other scores of interest in baseball. The Arkansas Razorbacks defeat the Texas Longhorns 7-3.
Well, I know a lot of Arkansas fans are happy to hear that. That's an old rivalry that runs deep, and not a lot of love for the state of Texas and Arkansas.
Don't correct me. I said it the right way. Longhorns.
I didn't even catch that, but that probably just sounds used to what we're hearing around those parts.
Beating Texas never gets old. Inbound pass comes to Montana Lewis. She'll swing it around the edge of the guard. Back up top to Callie Bartee. She'll work it back over to an open teammate, McMenemy, on the right wing. Back up top, Kristen Seltzer has the basketball. Now to Ariel Saunders on the right wing. Saunders with a dribble inside the paint. She'll get it back out to McMenemy. 2-point shots on the way, hit it out, no good. 10:25 left to play here, and now we've got a jump ball called. SWOSU will take it the other direction. Mariah Euler was lobbying the referee to get that jump ball called.
And it looks like the bargaining paid off as they will get the possession. Arrow will go their way. But I know something happened. Ariel Saunders is being double teamed as she had 16 rebounds last night and about 20 points, so a heck of a job by Saunders. And you know they're going to be keeping an eye on her.
2-point shot. On the way and in for Jasmine Nolden. Sorry, allergies. Kicking my tail during the broadcast today. 17-15 our score. Lady Bisons by 2. 9:53 left to go. 2-point shot from Montana Lewis is off the rim and no good. McMenemy comes up with it. She'll give it back down to Seltzer. Long threes, hit it out, no good. Rebound, SWOSU.
And the three-point bucket not being so kind. Seltzer.
Out to the left wing, a long three. On the way and in. Wow. There's Mariah Euler with that one.
Well, who else? That's going to make her 3 for 3 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And part of the reason, well, basically, that's going to be 9 of the Lady Bulldogs' 18 points.
18-17 our score, 9-11 left to go in the first half. Lady Bulldogs by 1. This may be a barn burner. Long threes on the way, in and out, no good. Don't forget, we're back for baseball with the GAC Baseball Championships, live from the city that never sleeps, Enid, Oklahoma.
Well, we're all looking forward for that baseball matchup. That's for exciting GAC play, and hopefully it'll be just as exciting as this basketball tournament's been.
Absolutely. Softball's going to be in Bentonville. We can all stay up at Lake Loch Lomond with me. Long threes off the iron, no good. Loose balls picked up by Darcy Dick. She tries to spin it around to an open teammate. Does so. Soraya Euler comes up with the basketball, a heads-up play. She'll put the shot up and in and draw the foul.
Well, sometimes it's a little bit better to be lucky than good, and we saw a little luck happen right there as Darcy Dick lost control of the basketball. Her teammate doing a good job of being aware, comes up behind her and picks it up, and we'll take a look at that on the replay.
Back at the free throw line, see what happens. $8:23 left to play here. Next one's on its way. 21-17. Here comes Haney. She'll work it down to Seltzer in the paint, closely guarded. Outlet pass comes to the top of the key, and Saunders down to McMenemy, left wing. 8:04 left to play. McMenemy down low, finds an open lady. 2-point shots on the way it is.
Saunders really, really tough to defend down low in the post. She has great moves down there and is able to put it up and get the easy two.
Back the other direction. 2-point shots, in and out, no good. Back the other direction. Lady Bison's tried to take it. Now we've got a timeout on the floor. 7:39 left to go in the first half. 21-19 our score. SWOSU up by 2. Back after this on the GAC Sports Network.
We were drawn here from all 50 states and more than 50 different nations. We are 7,000 students of languages, arts, sciences, and life. As diverse as our origins and as different as our backgrounds are, it's remarkable how much we have in common here in this place of faith, learning, and living. Harding University.
Our scores. Southwestern Oklahoma State leading Harding by 2. 7:39 left to go in the first half of this final game of the GAC Championship Tournament here in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. We'll be headed back to our respective houses, jobs, and realities later this afternoon. It's been almost like a little mini vacation for the last 5 days.
I know. I just realized that last night we were all talking about it. Everyone was just a little bit depressed that they got to go back to reality. We've all had such a blast here in Bartlesville. We've all been treated great. We all can't stop talking about every time we run into somebody, they get all excited when we mention we're with the GAC.
In the front court, Darcy Dick brings it to the left wing. She'll swing it around to the top of the key to Euler. Soraya Euler gives it back outside. Long threes on the way it in from Jasmine Nolden. A 5-point lead now for Southwestern.
And then we see the Lady Bulldogs game plan as they couldn't find a whole lot on the inside. They figured they'd give the outside a shot, and well, you know, it's been working to absolute perfection.
2-pointers over the rim and no good, and now SWOSU will take it back the other direction. Darcy Dick, top of the key, works it into the paint. Down low, 2-point shot, hangs on the rim and won't fall. Saunders will take it the other direction.
And another big stat is that they're able to keep up with this Harding rebounding effort with 12-12 actually, tied up with Harding, who is a little bit bigger on the inside. So if they keep up that, that's really going to help their chances come later in the game.
Down to the paint, a pushing foul called. 24-19 our score. And this is going to be on. Alex Foster, the first. Ariel Saunders is down in the paint. Double team, she'll fire at 2. It's off the glass, no good. Rebounded, the stick back is up and in.
Saunders just a really dominant ball player down low in the paint like that, and it's really hard to stop her with just one person.
A 3-point ball game, 6:15 left to play first half. Now a jump ball called.
And Saunders doing a great job on the defensive effort as that block right there, and looked like they're going to call it jump ball. It should have been maybe a block shot, but referee going to call it jump ball, and Harding gets possession anyway.
Back the other direction, here come the Lady Bisons. McMenemy from the right wing. She'll bring it back around to Kristen Seltzer. Down to the left side of the paint. Ariel Saunders swings it back up top. Long threes, in and out, no good. McMenemy tried to rebound it. The basketball was pulled out of bounds by Darcy Dick, so it should stay with Harding.
Well, one thing, we're kind of starting to see that three-point woe. They started off hot from the line. Harding did, but not able to keep up the shooting. But Haney going to try for the long ball, and that's going to be no good.
Long threes over the rim, no good. McMenemy comes up with the basketball. And now the basketball turned over. Jasmine Nolden brings it back over to Darcy Dick. Nolden on the left wing. The basketball dragged out of play. 24-21 our score. Harding will take it the other direction.
And that's exactly what Lady Bulldogs are going to have to do. They stopped this tough Harding inside game, not allowing the pass to the inside. However, they did get the turnover. If you're Harding, you got to do that. You have to play an aggressive defense, and you can't let them stand out there on the perimeter. Otherwise, they've been knocking down shots all day.
24-21 our score. Into the front court. Here come the Lady Bisons. Out of the quarter. Tabitha Henry driving the perimeter. And now another whistle, another foul. As Darcy Dick was trying to take off with the basketball.
He got a little too much hand on that, not able to get enough of the basketball, and refs are going to call that more often than not.
Harding gives it back into Tabitha Henry. To McMenemy, back down to the paint. The basketball knocked away, stolen, coming away with it is Darden. And now racing across the floor, Soraya Euler lost control of it, couldn't catch the basketball. It was outpacing her.
Well, that was a candid shot. On the bounce. She's just not able to keep up with it, and Harding catches a break there.
Into the front court. Callie Barty puts it up, 2-point shots missing. .440 left to go in the first half. 24-21 our score.
Both teams playing fairly even right now, as you mentioned, with only a 3-point ball game separating. Harding shooting a little bit better from the floor at 40.9%, but the Lady Bulldogs with the lead while shooting 34.8%. They're 8-23, but many of the points have come from outside the arc, as they're shooting at 57%.
On threes, up off the iron and no good. Euler with the rebound. Soraya gives back to Mariah.
Very tough to rebound inside against this Harding team, who has a lot of height, but that's what you're going to have to do if you want to have a chance to win this ball game.
And at the free throw line, it's going to be Jasmine Nolden. Replay right here, you can see what happened.
And you saw on the screen right there, just a little too much contact going up for the basketball. And Harding will get shot with a foul. You'll more than often see that go against defense more than the offense.
Another free throw is up and coming. Next one's on the way and in. Mark these dates down. April 26th through the 28th. The GAC Softball Championship in Bentonville. We'll be there with live broadcasts. And then the next weekend will be in Enid, Oklahoma.
We'll get a little bit of tour of everywhere. Arkansas, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Enid's not too far from where we are in Bartlesville. I spent a year in Enid one night. Inbound pass given to Callie Barty. She'll swing it around the edge of the arc to Tabitha Haney. Back over to Montana Lewis. Lewis down to the left side of the paint, kicks it back out to Ariel Saunders. Down to the right wing to Haney. Up front, 2-point shots, skipped away. Back the other direction, 2-point shots on the way it in for Soraya.
And the Lady Bulldogs are doing exactly what they need to in order to hold off this Harding team. And that's not allow the Harding Lady Bison to get inside. They're doing a really good job pressuring the defense, not allowing the passes to get inside the paint, as the outside shot has not been there the last couple of days for these Lady Bison, only shooting 2 of 8 from beyond the arc, and both of those belong to Tabitha Haney.
So April 26th through the 28th, GAC Softball Championship in Bentonville. And then in Enid, May 4th through the 7th. By the way, Enid's a lovely town. I was just kidding about spending a year there one night. But, yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday type deal.
Well, hopefully those towns know what's coming for them around those dates respectively when the GAC crew rolls in. I'm not sure if Bartlesville will ever be the same.
Absolutely. And actually, May 4th is Molly Merrill's 5th birthday, so we may have a little celebration going on with baseball.
Oh, that'd be something for her.
Just as long as it doesn't interfere with the Fresh Beat Band's appearance in Memphis. That's the only thing I'm obliged to at this moment. So, as far as her birthday celebration. Out to the left wing, Montana Lewis swings it around to McMenemy. She'll bring it around to Kelly Barty.
Barty had a good game last night. She was able to get the three-point going, pretty much secured the win for the Lady Bison. They would like a couple of three-pointers themselves tonight.
Two-pointer from Montana Lewis hangs on the rim and it won't fall. Back the other direction. Here comes Samaya Darden. Darden over to the open lady. 2-point shots on the way in for her. Samaya Darden ended up being the shooter there as well. 30-21 our score. 2:37 left to play here. Top of the key, McMenemy. Gets it out to the left wing. Barty for three. Her shot's on the way it in.
And Barty's hot shooting from behind the arc keeps up, and she's able to sink that. Give this Harding offense a little jolt.
Into the front court. Here they come. 2-point shots on the way it in. Hard to believe that a week from today will spring forward. The days will be longer.
Well, I'm not really much. I'm more of a fall bet type of guy myself. I always enjoy that little extra hour of sleep, but not a lot we can really do about it.
Montana Lewis brings it over to the open area of Saunders. An underhanded shot is missing and no good. Timeout on the floor. 1:42 left to play. Our score, Southwestern Oklahoma State 32, Harding 24. Back after this.
In Division II, we believe our student athletes should be engaged with community and learn civic responsibility. For example, in Pensacola, Florida, over 500 Division II student athletes partnered with Habitat for Humanity to help build 6 new homes.
I have 2 children, 7 and 9, 2 boys. This will be our first home.
It's a great life experience to be able to help people out.
To see other ways NCAA Division II schools are engaging with their communities, log on to diicommunity.org.
(32-24) our score. 1:42 left to go in the first half. Grant Merrill, Blake Smith along with you here on the GAC Sports Network. Glad to have you in with us from wherever you are. You might be watching in Harrison, where Susan Gilly is watching today. The crew in the truck is bored again, so they want us to start giving shout-outs to their various friends and family members. We are not sure if Susan can get us free tickets to Mickey Gilly's Theater in Branson, but we may try to exploit that last name at some point.
Well, you know, it's at least worth a shot. Always fun to go visit Branson, especially if you can get a couple of connections and some free stuff.
I think this is the mom of Jason Moyer's special lady friend who we may be saying hi to, so we got to keep it on the up and up today. Up at the top of the key, Euler. That's Soraya Euler. She'll fire it 2. It's on the way it in.
Good job by Euler, able to hit the fall-away basket on the inside. And right now, Lady Bulldogs finding a pretty good rhythm as they seem unstoppable.
34-24 our score. 1:15 left to go in the first half. McMenemy at the top of the key. Swings it over to an open teammate, Tabitha Haney. Haney on the outside, comes over to Ariel Saunders. Back to Montana Lewis. Long three-pointer from Callie Barty won't go. It was at the shot clock buzzer.
Well, you see the game plan of the Lady Bulldogs, and that's to keep Harding on the perimeter, and they're going to take their chances with them shooting the long ball.
I forget we have that shot clock sometimes. Down low, 2-pointers off the iron, no good for Soraya Euler. 33 seconds left to play here. McMenemy into the front court. Out to the right wing. Callie Barty. Moves it back over to McMenemy. To Montana Lewis. Lewis down on the left side of the paint. 2-point shots on the way it in.
Good
30.
shot.
Go ahead, Blake.
So good shot by Lewis in traffic there. And try to get Harding a little spark before the half.
And now the basketball is knocked out of play. And SWOSU will have 2 seconds left to try to do something with it. They have an 8-point lead.
Well, we've seen crazier things happen in less time in this tournament alone.
2-pointer, or inbound pass, and a 2-pointer's on the way at the buzzer. There's Samaya Garden. She makes that one.
I didn't really think that one had much of a chance. She was just kind of falling down and threw up a prayer, and well, the prayer was answered with the bucket, and that's going to push the lead out for 10.
So surprisingly, 36-26 is our score going into the halftime. We're going to go into official review. As they do that, we'll take a break and be back here in just a few minutes. You're watching the GAC Sports Network.
Explore dozens of complex subjects, but sometimes the world sees college students as being the same, lumps us together. That's okay, because the world may underestimate what we can do as strong, responsible, highly trained, and confident Christian professionals. And isn't that what the world needs? Qualities taught one-on-one and valued.
Lady Bulldogs on top of the Lady Bison, 36-26. Let's get ready to inbound it. Number 20. Jasmine Nolden inbounding it to number 23, Darcy Dick. Joining me here in just a second will be Grant Merrill, play-by-play, and that was number 10, Saray Euler with the basket.
Euler getting that one, and here comes Tabitha Haney for Harding. She'll work it over to the right wing to Montana Lewis. Lewis back at the top of the key. Give it off to an open teammate in Callie Barty. Barty back to Montana Lewis. 36-26, SWOSU with a 10-point lead. Now the basketball almost knocked away. And the Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs, will take it the other direction.
And if you're Harding right now, your game plan is you have to find some way to get that outside shot falling that way. Your perimeter game, you kind of take pressure off your inside game, where if that's all you have, that's what the Lady Bulldogs are doing a good job of stopping, because there's really no fear of the outside shot.
36-26 our score, 19 minutes left to play here. Inbound pass, give it inside to Tabitha Haney. Haney out of the backcourt. Moves it around the edge of the arc to Callie Barty. Barty back to Haney again. Down in the paint, 2-point shot over the rim, no good. Rebound, Lady Bisons, or Lady Bulldogs. Garden puts it up and in. All these teams start running together after 14 games, Blake.
Well, it's certainly been an action-packed couple of days for sure, and I did the same thing a little early in the broadcast, kind of hard with all these teams at the same time, and similar names as well.
Barty out to the right wing, long three, off the iron, no good for Tabitha Haney. 18-17 to go, 38-26 our score. Down low, 2-point shots on the way it in. Samaya Garden gets that one, 40-26 our score, and we got a timeout on the floor. 18:09 left to go, we're back after this. Welcome back to the Bartlesville Bruin Sports Arena in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Grant Merrill, Blake Smith along with you. Glad to have you in with us across the Southland. There's a lot of folks watching in both the Natural State and the Sooner State.
And both teams have both states have a team in this as well. Southwestern Oklahoma and Oklahoma, of course, and Harding for the Arkansans at home watching.
Tabitha Haney out of the backcourt, moves from right to left on the dial. She'll take it top of the key. Haney closely guarded, works it through the air to Kristen Seltzer. 17:57 to play. Here's Montana Lewis. Lewis back up top, finds Callie Barty, and the foul's called.
And I think an interesting matchup to keep an eye on is number 33, Samia Darden, I believe, from Fresno, California, 5'10" senior, going against Ariel Saunders. These two have been back and forth all day, and both doing a good job of battling it out.
Around the edge of the arc, Callie Barty swings it over to Kristen Seltzer. Seltzer down low finds Tabitha Haney. Long threes, in and out, no good. The basketball tipped out of play by Swasu. (40-26) our score. Into the front court. Here come the Lady Bulldogs. Samia Darden down low. The basketball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds.
And that's what I mentioned before, a very tense matchup between those two as we'll take a look at the replay.
Inbound pass worked out to the right wing. Mariah Euler brings it back down low. Long three from Darcy Dick off the rim and no good. Callie Barty comes up with the basketball. Here comes Tabitha Haney. She'll work it back over to Montana Lewis. Back down on the left side of the paint, Ariel Saunders. Long threes on the way, in and out, no good.
That kind of seems to be the story so far today for the Harding Lady Bison is they cannot quite find the range. It's been in and around the rim a few times, but can't quite find the way into the basket.
16:37 left to play here. 40-26 our score. Back up front. Basketball's tipped out of bounds.
Harding going to have to find some way to get the offense going here soon, as the Lady Bulldogs are starting to pull away with it with still a lot of time left, about 16.5 minutes to go in this ball game, but Harding going to have to start making a move here shortly.
Up and under 2-point shots on the way it in for Darcy Dick. 42-26 our score. And now a timeout taken by Coach Kirby and the Harding Lady Bisons, and we'll keep it right here. Southwestern Oklahoma State leading it by 16 right now, Blake, and we've got a long game ahead of us. 16 minutes, 10 seconds left, and you can kind of give us some analysis on, what's going on in these timeouts.
Well, during the timeouts, if you're Coach Tim Kirby for the Harding Lady Bison, you're telling your players you have to make the baskets. Obviously, you need points to win, and so far the three-point shot has just not been there. The three-point shooting woes continue tonight, 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. And it's hard to win when you're only shooting 23% from the field, from three-point line. They're shooting 34% from the field with 11 and 32. And basically, if you're Harding, you have to take the smart shots. You have to get shots on the inside the paint. That's where you're best at. And really, that really comes back down to you have to be able to sink. At least somebody has to find a way to get a couple of three-pointers in to just kind of take pressure off. Now, on the other side, if you're Kelsey Music and you're the Southwestern Oklahoma State Lady Bulldogs, you got to keep doing what you're doing. It's simple as that. You have them on their heels. They're playing back. You're taking away their inside game of the much taller Lady Bison. So if you're Lady Bulldogs, all you have to do is just kind of keep doing what you're doing, keep your pressure on, keep your foot on the accelerator, and not give them any room to breathe.
42-26 our score. 16-10 our score, or 16-10 left to go in this one. McMenemy will send it back into play. She'll give it back into Kristen Seltzer. Back to Montana Lewis. Outlet pass to the right wing. Long threes. Hit it out. No good. Stick backs on the way it in. Sherilyn McMenemy nails that one.
Maybe got a break there as Dick kind of hit the floor and allowed the wide open easy two.
2-point shots on the way and in for SWOSU's Darcy Dick. Back the other direction. Here comes Tabitha Haney. Haney over on the left wing to Montana Lewis. The whistle blows and there's a stop of the action.
Looks like there's going to be a foul and a timeout as well.
All right, 15:33 left to play. We're going to take the timeout with them. SWOSU leading Harding 44-28. We're back after this.
The NCAA Division II Student Athlete Experience goes beyond the classrooms and playing fields. It means a commitment to service and community, helping organizations like the Make-A-Wish Foundation by raising money to help grant the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions. Kids like Jacob.
Some student athletes gave of their time and their energy to raise the money.
It was fun to meet Jeff Gordon.
NCAA Division II, training student athletes for lifelong achievement.
(44-28), Southwestern Oklahoma State leading Harding with 15:33 left to go in the ball game. Brad Merrill, Blake Smith along with you as we've certainly enjoyed our time here in Bartlesville. Bob Pomeroy is the chairman of the Bartlesville Sports Commission, responsible for our broadcast position. Quite possibly one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life.
You know, I absolutely have to agree with you. He has been nothing but smiles and just really a happy guy every time I've talked to him, and really can't tell him enough how much we appreciate the hospitality here.
2-point shot is on the way it in for Kristen Seltzer. Bob might be the second nicest person to ever walk the earth behind Jesus Christ.
He probably wouldn't tell you he's that high up the list, but I certainly would have to agree with you.
44-30 our score. 15 minutes, 9 seconds left to play, up and under. Mariah Euler, her shot's blocked. .07 to go, and the foul's going to be on Sherilyn McMenemy.
Harding down by 14 right now, and Lady Bulldogs doing a great job of keeping that lead just out of the reach of the Lady Bison.
Next free throw's on the way and in. 45-30 our score.
Not to mention they're doing an excellent job from the free throw line. That's going to make them 8 of 9 from the charity stripe so far tonight, and that's really a key reason when you shoot 89% from the free throw line. Chances are you're usually going to have a pretty good night.
46-30 our score. We'll see what happens here as the Lady Bulldogs knock it out of play, and Tabitha Haney will send it back into action. McMenemy swings it around the edge of the arc. She'll give it off to Kristen Seltzer. Seltzer at the top of the key, brings it back down into Ariel Saunders. 2-point shots on the way in for Seltzer. 46-32 our score.
And that was a good job there by Ariel Saunders to find the open teammate, looked away and draw the attention off the one way, had the teammate come around the other end. That was a heck of a block by number 3, Sherilyn McMenemy.
46-32 our score. Inbound pass given inside to Mariah Euler. Down low, Darcy Dick. Her shot for 2 is on the way in.
Well, that was almost just as impressive turnaround jumper. Darcy Dick, who has the ability to score from about anywhere.
McMenemy brings him back around the edge of the arc to Seltzer. McMenemy driving inside, finds Montana Lewis. 3-point shots off the arc and no good.
And we've seen that a few times where that ball just hits the inside of the rim and just rounds out. Harding just not having any luck at all from the 3-point line.
2-point shot hangs on the rim and won't fall. 48-32 our score. Coming up next weekend, for those of you on the Arkansas side of the border, JBM Productions will be handling all of the live television broadcasts of the Arkansas State High School Basketball Championships. I'll have the play-by-play, and Coach Ron Crawford will be with us on color commentary. Shane Knight, Petey Durham, we've got a whole broadcast crew, and all of those games on KARK Channel 4 and KARZ Channel 42. So that's going to be a lot of fun, Blake.
I can't wait to be there myself.
You're going to be somewhere down there.
Yeah, I'll be somewhere hanging around there for sure, and I can't wait to watch it. Arkansas usually has some pretty good state basketball championships, and this is a pretty good follow into that.
From the left wing, Montana Lewis swings it around to Kristen Seltzer. Bringing it back over to McMenemy. Down low. Ariel Saunders fires a two. We've got an official review going on, so we'll go ahead and just tell you Darcy Dick is moving left to right, alternating hands on the dribble at the top of the key. She'll move it through the air, back over to the right side to Jasmine Nolden, back up top. Long threes, in and out, no good for Darcy Dick. 48-34 our score. 12:35 left to go in the ballgame.
Harding, well, doing a good job of finding room on the inside. As you can see, though, they're getting pressure. 2 or 3 defenders on a person. They're really going to have to try to find an outside shot.
And now we've got a whistle and a foul. And this is going to be, I believe, on Alex Foster, her third. 48-34, 12:19 left to go. Harding trailing SWOSU. Down on the right side of the paint. Ariel Saunders kicks it back outside to Callie Barty. Barty at the top of the arc, brings it back over to Seltzer. Down low, the basketball's knocked away.
And there we see again, Harding had a chance at the three-point line. However, their lack of success recently kind of hesitated, but they went for the inside shot, and that's going to send number 40, Seltzer, to the line. Big-time player for the Harding Lady Bison.
First free throw is on the way in. I believe we just saw the world's youngest professional photographer.
Well, you can't ever start them too early, I guess.
I'm glad to see we're not the only one shirking child labor laws. So. Peyton, one of our camera guys, getting a start early in his professional career. 2-point shots on the way, no good for Madison Cavanis, who's now in the ballgame. And now we've got a timeout on the floor. Southwestern Oklahoma State leads Harding 48-35. We're back after this.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow, because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
.35 our score, 11:49 left to go in this one. Grant Merrill, Blake Smith, wrapping things up here at the Bruin Sports Arena in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. But we've got a little bit of basketball to play before we do that.
About 12 minutes. I got to tell you, I'm going to hate to have to leave this place. It's, as you mentioned before, almost like a mini vacation before we all have to go back to the real world.
Before I go back to the real world, I'm stopping at Charlie's Chicken in Sallisaw, Oklahoma tonight on the way home. 11:49 left to go. Inbound pass is going to be given in to Tabitha Haney. Haney out of the backcourt. Gets a bounce pass over to Calvin Barty. Down to Ariel Saunders. Back over to Seltzer. Now to the right side, Callie Barty. Up and under, 2-point shot goes under the glass for Kristen Seltzer. And the Bulldogs take it the other way. From the left wing, Euler. That's basketball knocked out of bounds.
And the Lady Bulldogs doing a great job of forcing Harding to have to take some bad shots from the inside, not those high percentage shots you'd like to take. Surrounded by traffic, simply because Harding cannot find a three-point shot on the outside.
From the right wing, a long threes on the way it in for Tabitha Hayden.
Right up until I said something anyway.
10:48 left to go, and it's a 10-point ball game now. The dynamics of this changing just a little bit. Out of the top of the key. Euler dribbles inside. Basketball is knocked away and stolen by McMenemy.
Basketball, of course, a game of runs and really just any type of bucket. That's important, especially a big three like that. That can really spark an entire team and turn things around pretty quickly.
Now Tim Kirby wants a timeout. 48-38 our score. 10:20 left to go in the ball game. We'll take a break and be back right after this.
We know you want family-friendly sporting events.
Sporting events where you can be comfortable
and entertained in a positive environment. Watching great individuals and teams compete.
With commitment, effort, and good sportsmanship. That's what the Division II Game Environment Initiative is about.
Be a part of the excitement and find out why. These student athletes say with pride,
I chose
Division II.
We welcome you back to the Bruin Sports Arena in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Grant Merrill, Blake Smith along with you today here on the GAC Sports Network. About 10:20 left to go in this one. SWOSU with a convincing lead over Harding, but the Lady Bisons trying to chip away at that as we move through the course of the afternoon. Callie Barty sends it back in to the open Kristen Seltzer. Seltzer down to the corner, drives the baseline. Out to the left wing, Haney on the inside. 2-point shot, falls off the iron, no good. And coming away with it for SWOSU is Darcy Dick.
Still over 10 minutes left to go in the ball game. Harding, however, is going to have to take advantage of those opportunities. They got the turnover there, however, couldn't make anything happen. Now, Lady Bulldogs will have a chance at the free throw line.
48-38 our score. 9:52 left to play here. Samaya Darden at the free throw line. First free throws on the way it in. She'll have another one coming.
Lady Bison actually have only shot 4 free throws this entire game. It's kind of hard to win when you haven't really had many chances at the free throw line to speak of. While the Lady Bulldogs are 9 of 10 from the line.
Out of the top of the key, it's going to be Callie Barty. She'll work it down low to Ariel Saunders. Back to Barty. And they're going to call Barty for the double dribble, and SWOSU will take the other direction.
And they're not going to quite let you do that. Kind of hard to get away with that right in front of the referee.
Inbound pass is going to come to Darcy Dick. She'll take it out of the backcourt. Down low in the paint. Here's Samaya Darden. Her shot for 2 on the way it in. Back the other direction. Here comes Montana Lewis. Lewis out on the right wing. We'll bring it back to McMenemy. Down in the paint. Ariel Saunders tried to get it over to an open teammate. The basketball knocked out of bounds.
Came in a little bit too hot for McMenemy and ended up kind of bouncing off the top of her forehead and going out of bounds.
Into the front court. Here comes Euler, Soraya Euler, back to Madison Cavanis. Up front, 2-point shots on the way it in from Darcy Dick.
Right now, this Lady Bulldog team is on a roll if they've managed to push the lead back out to 14. As Harding has done a good job of getting it back to 10. And once again, turnover from actually the Lady Bulldogs.
54-38 our score. Back the other direction, Tabitha Haney. Move from right to left, taking it top of the key. Back over to the left wing, McMenemy. Down to the paint to Ariel Saunders. 2-point shots on the way it in.
Good job playing through the double team that time, Ariel Saunders. Harding slowly trying to crawl its way back into it.
Out to the right wing. Soraya Euler. Gets a shot up. Offensive rebound and the stick back won't go for Darcy Dick. Coming up with the basketball, Euler, she tries to get it back out to her sister Mariah. We've got a whistle and a foul.
Looks like that foul is going to go against Harding, and there's going to be a timeout.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. 7:55 left to play, and if you're Tim Kirby, how do you avenge a 14-point deficit?
Well, you'd like to. You're Tim Kirby, obviously, like you said, you'd have to want to try and get a three-point play going. You've only had one three-pointer in the last few minutes. It's been a while since the other three happened earlier in the ball game, in the first half, actually. So that three-point game is really going to have to come along if you want to have a chance to get back in this, because as we've seen, Harding having some success in the paint, but still it's kind of hard to have that type of success when you're having 2 or 3 defenders in your face every time you go up to shoot a basket.
7:55 left to play. Kelsey Music talking things over with her team, and they've got to be careful not to let it get on cruise control.
And that's what we saw a little bit ago as the lead got down to about 10 after a big three-pointer from Harding that dropped the lead back down to 10. And then we saw them kind of wake up and realize they still had half the ball game to play, and they sparked a little run and pushed that lead back out to 14.
There's Dr. David Burks, the president of Harding. Of course, he joined us at halftime, and I believe he is retiring after next year. So he has been on the Harding campus in some form or fashion for 45 years.
Wow.
As a student and faculty member, and then later the president. Great guy.
I wish him the best of luck in his retirement in a few years.
And I would dare say he's probably the man responsible for the GAC. He and Arkansas Tech's Dr. Robert Brown. Out to the backcourt, Callie Barty. Brings it into the front court. She'll kick it off to the right wing to Kristen Seltzer.
And as you take a look, not a whole lot of pressure being applied on the perimeter. And that's exactly as you see why, as the shot just kind of rims out. Harding just not able to have much luck, and Harding able to catch a break there with the block.
Back the other direction. Here come the Lady Bisons. Up front, Seltzer fires a 2, and it's blocked.
Seltzer had no idea. Number 33, Darden, was right there waiting on her, and that shot got knocked in the next week.
Inbound pass coming from Callie Barty. 3-point shots on the way and in from Sherilyn McMenemy.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about, that spark that they needed. That was a big shot, a long three. That's exactly what Harding needs, something to get back into it, to draw some pressure off the inside game. Still plenty of time for Harding, but they're going to have to make some plays.
McMenemy brings it back over to Ariel Saunders. Barty takes it down to the left side of the paint. Montana Lewis between the circles. Long three from McMenemy, Kelly Barty is off the yard, no good.
Barty not having much luck tonight from behind the arc.
6:08 left to go. Long three, it's on the way, hanging on the yard, it won't fall. Montana Lewis with the rebound.
Lady Bulldogs Not a bad shot selection, but probably want to think about trying to slow it down. They have time on their side and a rhythm. You really want to try to slow it down and preserve your lead and make sure you take those high percent chances, especially when you have the lead.
56-43 our score, 5:38 left to play. Into the front court, Barty works it back over to Montana Lewis. Two-point shot falls short and is marred by a foul. Back to the free throw line, Ariel Saunders.
And speaking of free throws, one of the very few times Harding has been to the free throw line tonight, as this will make free throw number 5. And with only 5 minutes left to go in the ball game, Southeastern Oklahoma doing a very good job so far of avoiding fouls, playing solid defense, but yet avoiding fouls in free throw situations.
Free throws up and coming. Ariel Saunders next one. It's off the rim and out of bounds. Swasu will take it the other direction.
And it's going to be a 3 of 5 from the free throw line. 60%, but you're going to have to start making those free throws and getting to the line if you want to have a chance to crawl back into this one, only down 12 though.
Darcy Dick fires a 2, shots off the rim and no good. Back the other direction, here comes Barty. Kelly down low. 2-point shot from Montana Lewis. It's off the rim and no good. Lady Bulldogs moving the other direction. Cabanis giving it off to Alex Foster. 4:50 to play. Over to the right side. It's going to be Boiler. Back up front. 2-point shots on the way, count the basket. Michelle Fisher goes up and gets the bucket and draws a foul on the way up.
Excellent effort by number 15, Michelle Fisher, drawing through the contact and able to absorb it just enough to get the ball to go in the hole. And an interesting stat that Harding Lady Bison, the taller, are being out-rebounded 36-31, where we saw Harding have a plus, well over 10. I believe it was a plus 13, plus 14 last night. So Lady Bison being out-rebounded by the smaller, but playing very, very well, Lady Bulldogs right now.
Back the other direction. Here they come, up and under. 2-point shot from Montana Lewis is marred by a foul. Now Montana Lewis is going to the free throw line.
And Harding looks to try to close this gap to 12.
Coming up after the ball game, we will have the championship ceremonies, crown the first ever GAC Women's Basketball Champion, which if the trend continues, that would be Southwestern Oklahoma State University.
And Lady Bulldogs doing a certainly good job of trying to keep the Harding Lady Bison at bay. Their defense has been outstanding.
Oh, goodness. It's free throws on the way it in. Somebody's got a high-pitched scream out in the audience.
Caught us by guard. Had a little banshee shriek back there. That was surprising.
I nearly ducked for cover. 2-point shots on the way it in from Samaya Darden. 60-46 our score. Up front. Callie Barty swings it around the edge of the arc to Tabitha Haney. Down low. 2-point shots on the way it in for Kristen Selson.
That's going to close it down to 12. Harding trying to get this back within 10. But the Lady Bulldogs trying to push that lead out even further.
60-48 our score. 3:45 left to go in the ball game. Long threes on the way. In and out. No good for Callie Barty. And the rebound, stick back is on the way it in. Rebounded the stick back on the way it in for Ariel Saunders.
Lady Bulldogs maybe getting a little bit comfortable with that lead late in the game. Darcy Dick decides, you know what, I like that lead back at 12. Thank you very much.
Into the front court. Montana Lewis fires a 2 and it falls short. We've got a timeout on the floor. 3:07 left to go in this one. SWOSU leading Harding by 12. Well, we interrupt this commercial to bring you official review for the GAC crew. Brad Merrill, Blake Smith along with you. 3:07 left to go, 62-50 is our score. Southwestern leading it, and if you're Tim Kirby, how do you overcome a 12-point deficit in 3 minutes, 7 seconds?
Well, if you're Tim Kirby right now, what you want to do is you've kind of been able to play your way back into it, the short baskets, the rebounds, etc. But really the important part, and I know I've said it over and over again, but you have to be able to get something going behind the arc, something that draws the defense out and allows you to play your game, which is get it inside the paint and get the bucket on the inside. Still plenty of time left, but you're going to have to find some sort of shooting from the outside.
All right, so Southwestern Oklahoma State will send the basketball back into play. And the inbound throw will come from Jasmine Nolden. She'll give it back into Darcy Dick. Dick into the front court, takes it down to the paint. 2-point shots off the iron, no good. Rebound, Ariel Saunders. Back on the near side, here's Tabitha Haney. She'll give it back over to Seltzer, left wing. Down to the paint, Saunders with an outlet pass. Haney from the right wing. Shots off the back glass, no good.
Harding doing a lot better job so far in getting their own rebounds. But as you took a look right there, anytime they get the ball on the inside, there's 2 or 3 people all over them. So Harding really needs to get something on the perimeter.
2-pointers on the way it in for Ariel Saunders. 62-52 our score, 2:20 left to go with this one.
Lady Bulldogs so far have done a pretty solid job of shooting 41% from the field, 30% beyond the arc. However, their free throw is a big story, 10 of 11. And you're almost looking at that deficit as there's 10 points. There alone, compared to Harding, has only shot 8 free throws. While there are 11 for the Lady Bulldogs, they're 10 of 11 shooting 90%. They're going to have a chance, to take it out of bounds. But the free throws being a big key in this lead right now that the Lady Bulldogs have.
1:59 left to go in the ball game. 64-52 our score.
And Darden with an excellent fall-away jumper there. She just kind of fell back, threw it up, and able to find the rim.
Back to the right wing. Here's Seltzer. Down to the paint. Darcy Dick scoops it away. Takes it out of the backcourt. Gives it to Samaya Darden. 2-point shots on the way it in. 66-52 our score.
Just like that, the lead's back out to 14 with about a minute and a half to go.
Down to the paint. Outlet pass. Knocked away. Stolen by Darcy Dick. Now the basketball thrown out of bounds.
And Southwestern doing a very excellent job here in the late part of holding off the Lady Bison's charge as they've been able to answer back with runs of their own every time it looks like Harding is going to get something going.
66-52 our score. A minute left. Down low, Callie Marti fires a 2 and draws a foul.
And I'm going to say the story of this game is going to go down to the 3-point line. 5 of 22, the Lady Bison are from behind the arc. They haven't been able to connect. We saw them have the same problem yesterday as they just could not find it from long range. And that's what really put them in kind of this whole situation where they haven't been able to play their style of basketball, which is getting into the paint due to all the inside pressure.
Free throws are on the way it in. 66-54 our score. Inbound pass, give it back inside to Darcy Dick. She'll bring it back over to Mariah Euler, and now we've got another foul. 55.9 seconds left to play in this ball game.
Harding has a few fouls to give, so there'll be no trip to the free throw line.
Out of the backcourt, Fisher for Swasu. Hands it off to an open teammate, Jasmine Golden. 47 seconds left to play. Back the other direction. Harding trying to do something with it. Montana Lewis couldn't reach the pass that was being thrown her way, so.
It looks like it is touched off the outside by one of the Lady Bulldogs, so Harding trying to get almost miraculous comeback here in the final seconds.
2-point shots on the way in for Harding's Ariel Saunders.
Down by 10 with just over 36 seconds. You don't see a major comeback happening, but they're going to try for it anyway. You really have nothing to lose.
Whistle and a foul, 35.3 seconds left to play. .3 seconds left to play. 66-56 our score coming out of the ball game. Ariel Saunders. She, of course, is I want to say Ariel's a freshman.
Yes, sir, I believe that's right. Valley Springs, Arkansas.
Right outside of Harrison. Don't speak. First free throws on the way in.
And, of course, we have to mention that while the Great American Conference Tournament, there is no automatic bid to the NCAA playoffs.
Out of the right wing, McMenemy, Calibarty. She goes up for the shot. It's off the yard and no good. Marty's a senior. She is playing her heart out and knows it's coming to an end.
And it's only about 22 seconds left. Chances for a comeback are really slammed shut. We see some crazy thing in the world of sports, but.
Well, this ends an era for me in a small way. I have done some of Callie Barty's games since she was a sophomore in high school, so gotten to follow her from she was at Searcy and did some of these Gulf South and GAC games.
Looks like a couple of subbing in for Lady Bulldogs.
Holly Jennings is a senior. She's going to get the last moment.
That's what
Jasmine Golden is too.
Looks like a few seniors being checked in for the game so far. And trying to join their last few moments as a Lady Bulldog in the conference championship.
First free throws on the way it in. Another free throws up and coming. 21.9 seconds left to play here.
9-point ball game. Pretty hard to make up a type of comeback like that in that short of time, but Harding still giving it a valiant effort.
Into the front court, Holly Jennings gets a cross-court pass over to an open teammate. It's going to be Jasmine Nolden. She hands it off to Darcy Dick. I think they're just playing around, trying to give every senior a touch of the basketball.
Only about 10 seconds left. And it looks like Southwest Oklahoma State Lady Bulldogs are going to be your inaugural GAC Women's Basketball Great American Conference champions.
First free throws up on the way in. We'll have another free throw up and coming. Next one's on its way in good. 58-69 our score. Southwestern Oklahoma State University in 3.2 seconds will be the new GAC champion.
These Lady Bulldogs have played fairly well all throughout the tournament. No different today as they were able to play their ball game and stop the tough Harding inside game, and there it is.
And Southwestern Oklahoma State wins the first ever Great American Conference Women's Basketball Championship. Congratulations to Harding on a great season. Lady Bisons did a great job this year.
That they did. They made it to the first conference championship, something for the younger players to build on, hopefully improve on. And I gotta tell you, these Lady Bulldogs, though, they have been impressive from start to finish, and they did not disappoint in this game here.
I want to say hi to Camille and Kipling, who are in the production truck tonight. Goggle Girls are awfully happy with the Southwestern Oklahoma State win.
Been here for about every game that I can think of, and all their hard cheering paid off, it looks like.
Kelsey Music definitely happy. They're the 2012 GAC champions. We're going to take a break and be back here in just a few minutes with the post-game ceremony. Stay with us on the GAC Sports Network.
The NCAA Division II Student Athlete Experience goes beyond the classrooms and playing fields. It means a commitment to service and community, helping organizations like the Make-A-Wish Foundation by raising money to help grant the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions. Kids like Jacob.
Some student athletes gave of their time and their energy to raise the money.
It was fun to meet Jeff Gordon.
NCAA Division II, training student athletes for lifelong achievement.
Bob Pomeroy and Will Pruitt are getting ready to hand out the trophies to both SWOSU and Harding. Will, of course, the commissioner of the Great American Conference. Bob Pomeroy, the chairman of the Bartlesville Sports Commission. Audra Tope, the associate athletic director of compliance. All ready to hand out these trophies. We will send the audio to the floor here in just a second, and the PA announcer will take over. So let's join him right now. You're unbelievable. Ow! Can Jason hear us? Well, ask him if we're ready to go for the sign off, and then we'll do the press conference. Welcome back to Bartlesville. A big win for the Southwestern Oklahoma State Lady Bulldogs, 69-58 over the Harding Lady Bisons to become the first ever Great American Conference tournament champions. And, of course, Drew Brent, we've been here for 5 days now, about ready to wrap up this thing and get ready for the baseball tournament and softball tournaments coming up at the end of April.
No question. It's been a fantastic tournament, fantastic run in Bartlesville. And, wow, what a testament to the athletic department at Southwestern Oklahoma State, getting 2 teams to the championship finals. I'm sure that they're hoping for the same kind of result in baseball and softball, and we'll of course have all of that coverage on the GAC Sports Network.
Blake, of course, a lot of exciting action, some down-to-the-wire games. You have to speak to the parity of this conference, because if every year is like this, we're going to have some great action coming up.
Oh, absolutely. If every year is this great, I can't see a reason why. Every game with a lot of last-second wires, a lot of great hospitality. You can't say enough about this conference. I think it was a great decision, a great idea, and it's only going to get better each and every year.
And, of course, we want to thank the people here in Bartlesville for rolling out the baby blue Bruin carpet for us. Anything we've needed, they've taken care of. This town got over 300 volunteers together to make this tournament happen, and they've all been so nice it's almost scary. So, it's just like and we hope that the tournament is here in Bartlesville for many years to come. Now, don't forget, coming up the last weekend of April, mark your calendars for the GAC softball tournament. That is going to be held in Bentonville, and we're going to have all of those broadcasts here on the GAC Sports Network. And then the next week, the 4th through the 7th of May, we will be in the great city of Enid, Oklahoma, as we will take the road trip out to West Oklahoma to do the whole baseball thing all over again. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a fantastic tournament. We need to send a special thanks to the JBM production crew who has been here all week as well. Of course, you and Blake Smith, myself, but then also Tamara and Keith Brown, who did an absolutely outstanding job on replay. Our camera guys, Patrick Otto, Peyton Weatherford. You and I did some camera work as well. And, of course, our director, Jason Moyer, who did an absolutely outstanding job all weekend. So we appreciate those guys they're not seen, but they absolutely make this broadcast happen.
Well, occasionally they're seen, if something goes wrong. And, there's a lot that is done on the fly here with the live television broadcast, and I have a great respect for what you guys are able to put together, because all I do is talk. You guys really have done a great job in getting this inaugural broadcast kicked off.
Well, we appreciate that, and there's many more to come along the GAC Sports Network, and I know that we're all looking forward to it.
All right, for Blake Smith and Drew Brent, I'm Grant Merrill. We've got post-game press conference coverage coming up here in just a few minutes, but that's going to wrap it up for our portion of the broadcast. Again, Arkansas Tech, the 2012 GAC men's champion, as they beat Southwestern Oklahoma State earlier today, and then the SWOSU Lady Bulldogs beat Harding to take the women's crown as well. We will see you in Bentonville for softball coming up at the end of April. Thanks for watching today. I'm Grant Merrill. So long.